what to say, all that good stuff. So we will just go ahead and get started. Now, first question, and I want you guys to answer in the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat if you signed up the first time that somebody asked you to join this business. Now, if it took a few conversations, maybe a couple months or years for people to follow up with you before you signed up, put a 2 in the chat. Four years, Jamie. Yeah, okay, so I'm seeing a couple ones, one being my sister-in-law because I made her. But most of you guys, right, it took you guys more than one conversation you had with the person who signed you up in order for you to sign up, right? And so that I want you guys to realize and remember when you're listening in on this, when you're taking notes, and when you are doing your follow-ups that you need to be doing. And there is a reason that following up is part of our 6 list that we do because it is so important. Yeah, sometimes they'll reach out to you, but most of the time somebody will reach out to you and ask you about the business, or you're talking to your customers and it takes you a few times to sign up. That's normally what happens. And I want you guys to make note of this because even as an Ambassador Diamond who's been in this almost 6 years, I'm constantly having to follow up with people. So it doesn't matter what rank you are, how long you've been in this business, you have to follow up. It is part of our 6 list. It's important for you to remember this. So there's a difference between being pushy and being professional. I know for me, when I got started, and even now, honestly, it's like my least favorite thing to do. But in the beginning, it's for different reasons. But in the beginning, it was because I did not want to be that person who was bothering somebody, right? Does anybody feel that way? I don't want to bother anyone. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to, keep messaging them. If they're interested, they'll just reach out to me. No, not at all. It's your business and you have to treat this like a business. So let's see, I've got lots of notes here, and if it's all over the place, I'm sorry, but just take notes. I promise you, you're going to get a lot out of this tonight. All right, so I looked up some statistics. 80% of sales requires 5 follow-ups, 80% of that. And only 44% of distributors give up after the first follow-up. They give up after the first follow-up. Again, it's an average of, well, we'll just say 7, an average of 7 times for you to follow up with somebody, for them to be in your system as a distributor or a customer, yet almost half of the distributors, they give up after 1 follow-up. So you're basically doing that 1 follow-up for somebody else, and that's how it goes. So, I mean, think about it, you guys. If you are shopping online or you see somebody with a cute pair of shoes or maybe some makeup or, anything that you want, how many times do you have to hear it or do you have to see it before you purchase it? Right? It's just any sort of business. Like, if you notice your emails, you get emails all the time. If you go shopping on some website and they somehow get your email and they're in your email right away and they're like, hey, you left something in your cart. I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one who is constantly online shopping, but that's what happens. But everyone is following up because following up is key to being successful. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to take not following up off the table and remember that you have to follow up at least once a week. Okay, so we like to do follow-up Fridays. So if you want to dedicate Fridays being your follow-up day, then do that. If you want to do every 2 to 3 days, then do that. But whatever you do, stay consistent and do it no matter what. Keep it simple, you guys. When you are following up with somebody, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. What is following up, you guys? If you have a conversation, whether they voted on a poll, maybe they liked a picture, maybe they reached out to you, you had that initial conversation. A follow-up is reaching out to that same person about the business or about a product. So you are following up with them from what they asked you about or what you reached out to them about. That is what is following up. That's what following up is. So keep it simple, you guys. When you are, let's say it's Friday, and you're ready to follow up. A couple things that I like to do personally. I am not the best organizer with this. I know I should definitely get better. However, these are the things that I do to follow up. I go to my messenger on Facebook, and you can search words. So I'll search cleanse, I'll search Thermophyte X, I'll search keto coffee, I'll search order, I'll search distributor, I'll search making money, I'll search those things that I use all the time when I'm talking to people, so that all those conversations, let's say I do cleanse, all those conversations that I have typed the word cleanse or they have typed the word cleanse shows up. So if you aren't somebody that is super organized and writes all the names down on people that you've talked to, go to your messenger and do that. Also, I like to get a follow-up date. When you're talking to somebody and they're not ready to order, which is 99.9% of the time, try to get a follow-up date. And what you can do is you can just simply ask, let's say they they can't order, they ignore you, they say, I can't do it right now. Just say, okay, no big deal. Be understanding, right? No big deal. When can I follow up with you? Or when do you get paid? They're like, I gotta wait till payday. Okay, cool. When is that? I'll follow up with you, and I'll put you in my calendar to save you a spot. If they don't give you, well, as soon as they give me a date, I put that in my calendar on my phone. For me, my phone for following up is great. If you are a planner person, then do that. Take that wherever you go, whatever you want to do, but find what works for you. For me, it's putting them in my phone. I do whatever date that they say. If they don't give me a date, I do that Friday. If they ignore me, I do that Friday. And then if they keep ignoring me, I do every Friday until they just sign up. So that's what I do. I'll put them in my calendar on Friday. I'll set like a little alarm, and then I'll follow up with them then. If they say, okay, I get paid on the 15th. Okay, cool. On the 15th, I go into my phone and I put their name on the 15th to follow up with them. That way, when you have a follow-up date, they know that you're going to follow up. So number one, it takes that pressure off of you feeling like you're going to bother them. No, they're expecting it. And if you don't follow up, then you're not doing your job. So think of it like that. Also, another thing that really helps me and helps a lot of the new distributors who kind of, they're not used to the notes, they're not used to all that, going into a conversation looking for a follow-up date, not necessarily an order, but looking for a follow-up date. Because if you have a follow-up date for somebody, there you go. You reached a goal, right? And then you can follow up with them. So as you're messaging new and you're following up to, I didn't mean to rhyme, but I did. But if you're doing both of these things, it's just this cycle, right? You're messaging new and you're still following up. You're messaging new, and then all those add to your follow-ups. And then you never run out of somebody to talk to, ever. And so go back. If you feel like you're running out of people, go back to your old messages. Go to the messenger and search a word. Search a few words, search different words. And even if it's a year ago, you just forgot to follow up with them, reach out again. But those are some things that really help me. Now, when I do go for the follow-up and I send them a message, create that urgency. So you're not being pushy. You're not like, hey, order now, right? They know that you're following up with them, and then you create that urgency. Hey girl, today is the day. I'm placing orders right now. I'd love to get your order in. Are you ready? Or, hey girl, today's the day. I have one spot left. I saved for you. Let's get that order in. It takes just a couple minutes. And let them know that it is very simple, that it does really only take a couple of minutes, because it does, right? It only takes a couple minutes for them to sign up or for you to sign them up. Some people might think it takes a while, or that you have to get on the phone or whatever, but keep it really simple. You got to treat it like a business, you guys. Now, if you follow up once, they're like, hey girl, I'm placing orders right now. I'd love to get yours in. What do you say? Are you ready? And they're like, you know what? I still don't have the money. Okay, no big deal. Is there a better date for me to follow up with you? Just keep getting a follow-up date. Keep getting it. And if you don't get it, and they're still following you and they're still liking your pictures, they are still interested. They are always still interested. So a couple things I want you guys to take note of what not to do or what not to say is, hey girl, are you still interested? By saying still interested, they're always interested, right? If they were interested once, they're always going to be interested. So take that still word out of your vocabulary. Also, let me know. They will never, ever let you know. They'll never let you know. So do not use "let me know, girl." And if you do, that's fine. But as long as you still have a follow-up date to follow up with them, or if somebody's like, I'm really not sure when I'll have the money. Okay, is it all right if I follow up with you in a couple weeks and kind of see where you're at? That way they know you're going to follow up with them, and it just takes the pressure off. It's just part of your job, you guys. And following up 7 times. I wanted to go over a couple conversations that I have had. So I signed a loyal customer this month who I had been talking to about product since October 18th, 2016. So that's nearly 3 years. And she finally signed up this month. So on October 18th, I said, "Hey girl, I saw your like on my post about the probiotic. How are you? Are you interested?" Again, this was like 3 years ago, so whatever. She never answered. She never responded. It looks like 2 weeks later, I followed up. I said, "Hey girl, are you still interested in this? I'm throwing some amazing specials this month. I'd love to get your order in." A day later, she said, "Hey there, yes, please. What are the prices?" I went over the prices, and then I asked what her goal was. That's really, really important, getting her goal, because then when you follow up with somebody again, it's about them. It's not about you. "Hey, I'm placing orders. Let's get your order in." Or you can just say, "Hey, let's place your order for that coffee. Let's get you, losing that 10 pounds that you want to lose by, summer vacation," or whatever it is. And so she said, "Yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds. And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'd love to tell you are these products, blah, blah, blah. This is what I recommend." She never responded. 2 days later, I said, "Hey girl, I've got one more spot for my 90-day challenge and I thought of you. Are you ready to get your order in?" 2 days later, she said, "I'm sorry about that. Tell you what, I'm going to Cabo in a few days, but when I want to get for the next round for sure." I said, "All right, sounds good." 10 days later, I said, "Hey girl, how was Cabo?" That's a follow-up. I didn't necessarily ask about the product, but I'm like, "Hey, you're at Cabo. Hey, how did it go?" She never responded. 2 weeks later, "Hey girl." And she's like, "Hey, I'm back." I said, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How was it?" "Super fun, blah, blah, blah. How are you? I've been seeing your posts. I'm ready to place my order." And I said, "Okay, that's awesome. Have you seen our special deals? They're amazing. I'd love to get that place for you." And she said, "Yes. Is your link in your bio?" I said, "No, it's not." I gave her my website. I said, "Go to my website and I'll walk you through it." She never responded. The next day, "Hey girl, I'm sorry to bug you. Just the last day. I'm really anxious to get that order in for you. Are you ready?" She said, "No problem at all. I'm going to your site now." She never ordered, you guys. Looks like 10 days later, "Hey girl, how are you?" Nothing. The next month, "Hey, how are you? How's it going?" Nothing. The next month, "Hey girl." The next month, "Hey girl." July 27, 2017. "Hey girl, the cleanse right now is buy one, get one free. I know you've been wanting to try. Are you ready? As a matter of fact, I can grab it now." Sent her my website because she asked for it, blah, blah, blah. She's on the site now. I walked her through it and she's like, "You know what? I'm sorry. Not right now." We went through that, blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know, whatever. Okay. And then she replied to one of my stories and we replied back and forth. And then in just this last October, I said, "Hey girl, I see you on that cleanse vote again. Are you ready to get it in?" Right? "Happy holidays. I think it is. How much is it? Can you send me your website again?" Sent her my website. A couple weeks later, month later, this April, I messaged her again. And then June 30th, just a few weeks ago, "Hey girl, quick question. Hey there. I said, I keep seeing you view my stories. I keep seeing you vote. Are you ready to get that order?" And you guys, I keep saying the same things like every single time, right? And she said, "Yes, I'm ready." Yay, I'm so excited. And then I explained to her what the products were that she was interested in. And I said, "Can I place that order for you?" She said, "Yes." So instead of like giving her my website over and over again, I said, "Can I do that for you?" Anyway, she finally gave me her info just a couple days ago, and I signed her up. But you guys, that took almost 3 years. Now, that's not normal. I mean, there are some times that I have to follow up with people for years and years, but I still will. But then there's some people who only take, the second follow-up, the third follow-up, the fourth follow-up, whatever it is, and it might take them 2 months. It might take them 6 months. But the point is that you don't give up following. What if I didn't follow up with her? She probably would have saw it from somebody else and probably would have ordered from them, right? but because I kept following up with her and I showed interest in her and in her goals. I asked her how Cabo was. I asked her how she was doing. I replied to her stories. I let her know I was still there. I'm still watching her. And follow-up could be a direct message, but it could also be you interacting with their stuff, letting them know that you're still there, that you're watching them, you're not going anywhere. It could be, hey, how was Cabo? It could be a simple question about something that you have seen them doing the last month or whatever. So those are some tips. Just like I said, you guys, that's just one of the follow-ups that I've done. Another one, I talked to her just a couple months ago, but I keep following up. Just 2 days, 2 days ago, she said she was ready. And then today I followed up with her again. I'm like, hey girl, I know you said you're ready. What's holding you back? And she said, it's money. And I said, okay, let's, start with just 2 of the products that you want. And then once you get paid, we can add the 2. And she hasn't read it, but that's just what following up is, right? Okay, so let's see. Sometimes people kind of take it as like, they're not interested. If they're not responding to you and they're not placing that order, a lot of people just assume that they're not interested anymore, but that's not the case. Because how many of you guys are moms and you pick up your phone and you look at a message and you put your phone down and then you just completely forget about it? I know I do that all the time. So following up with them could really help them remember, like, oh yes, of course, I'm sorry, I totally forgot, or I was so busy, or I was really sick. Follow up. Another way to follow up, guys, is just by posting. And that's why they all work together. It's because when you're messaging people and then you're posting about that product that they're interested in, you're following up with them, and then you keep posting about that same product and keep following up with them, they're going to keep seeing it and they're going to keep seeing it. Again, average of 7 times for somebody to see or hear about the same thing before they sign up. So that is why following up is so important. The truth is that a lot of people, they may have the money, and even when you follow up, they may have it, but they just ignore you because they haven't seen the value, or they don't see how this will help them. But by following up and asking them their goals, or even just sending them a quick before and after, hey girl, look at this before and after I just got, like, how amazing is this? I know that you will love it. Being genuine and being honest. You guys, if you're using the products yourself, and if you're in this business and you have 2 feet in and you're seeing a little bit of success, even just the slightest bit, like you have that passion, you have that reason to help them want to sign up as a customer or a distributor. And again, you guys, it's your mindset as well. If you go into it thinking they don't want it, they're not interested, then of course they don't want it and they're not interested. But if you go into it, of course they're interested. They asked me once already. I know that they're interested. It's just not their time yet. They don't have the money yet, Let's see. So yeah, basically just assume that sale. Every time you go into a conversation, just assume the sale. Assume that they're going to purchase. And if not, get another follow-up date. Let's see. As far as the business goes, a lot of following up. So somebody's, interested in the business. They don't respond, and you follow up and you say powerful words like, I'm so excited to help you get that debt paid off. I'm so excited, and I'm really going to be there for you every step of the way. I had a couple people, join me just this week, and I'd love for you to, connect with them, and all you guys really get together and work towards this bonus, whatever it is. But again, if you're caring about them and their goals, you're learning about them and why they want this and why they need it, you can use those to follow up with. So if you're like, in my distributor script, it's, hey, have you ever thought about making extra money? And they're like, yeah, well, what is it? And I go into, so it's a health and wellness company. We've got over 40 products. We promote the products on social media, and we help other people. Are you working right now? Tell me a little bit about you. So before I go fully into all the details, I'm like, tell me about you. And so then I know what they do, what they're doing. I know where they work, you know, if they work, if they're a mom, I know a little bit about them, you know, if whatever they're willing to share. And then the next time I follow up with them, if they don't order or they don't sign up right away, I can say, hey girl, how's the job going? How is, you know, baby girl, you know, whatever it is, you know about them. And people love that. People love to talk about themselves, and they love to feel like other people notice that stuff. So, so if you really, you know, care about people, but let's see. So if you follow up on a Friday, and you guys, if you guys have any questions at all, please put them in the chat so I can answer your specific questions. No question is a stupid question, I promise. Let's see. So if you follow up on a Friday and they don't answer, which how many of you guys have had that happen, right? And then you just assume, oh, they're not interested. I'm not going to follow up anymore. Wrong. The next day or 2 days later, follow up again. If they don't answer again, the next Friday. If they don't answer again, the next Friday. And you keep doing that, and you keep doing that. And if they're continuously reading your messages and they're not responding, but they're still viewing your stuff, they're still liking your stuff, they haven't unfriended you, they haven't blocked you, guess what, you guys? They are still interested. It's just not their time yet. They don't have the money yet. They don't believe you yet. They don't see the value in the business or how it could help them yet. Maybe they're just scared and they're just watching and waiting. But if you continue to follow up and you continue to show them, hey, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to help you. I really want to help you lose this weight. I've lost 40 pounds personally with this stuff. I know that you will love it. And I'm going to guide you through every step to make sure that you see the results that you want to see, because that is my job. And that is how I get paid. You know, obviously people know that you're following up to get paid, to get a sale, right? But if you do that in a way that, you know, they see the value, how it can help them, and they see that you care about them and their goals, they're going to buy you. And that's a lot of the thing too. A lot of people don't just buy a product, they buy you. So if you're consistently posting about your personal results, you're posting about, you know, the quick cash you make in your pocket, the fast start bonuses, you know, how you've signed a customer and you've been able to help them, and they continuously see that, you know, they're going to want to be a part of that. Let's see, you know, you just think of it like a, I don't know, farming. Is it farming? I don't know. But, you know, you've planted, no, I don't know. Yeah. You've planted a seed, right? Is that farming? I don't know. I'm not a farmer. Okay, it's all right. Cool. Okay. So you planted that seed, right? And in order for that seed to blossom into whatever you want it to blossom into, you've got to water it. You've got to take care of the soil, right? The sun's got to be on it. You got to take care of it, all of it, right? And then it blossoms. Think of a follow-up like that. You planted that first seed. Cool. First job is done. Now let's water it. Now let's water it a little bit more. And we're going to water a little bit more and a little bit more. We're going to like some stuff. We're going to comment. We're going to message. We're going to ask them how that vacation was. We're going to ask them how their son is. You know, whatever it is. That's what you're going to be doing. And that's how you water and water and water. And then soon enough, it's blossomed into your customer or a distributor, right? That's how it works. Again, make it about them. If you do not know their goals before, you know, the initial conversation is over, before they stop responding to you, go into the first follow-up with that. Hey girl, I know we were talking about the business and stuff. Can I ask like what interests you about this, or maybe how much money you'd like to make, or, you know, something like that. Hey girl, I know we were talking about that coffee. Can I ask you like what your goals are? Are you looking to lose weight, more, get some energy? You know, ask some questions that they can answer to. Let's see. Today you signed an LC after 11 follow-ups. Way to go, girlfriend. That is incredible. I do have all of them, yeah. And when I post this in the Freedom, I'll put like all my scripts in there for you. So yeah, don't worry about that. So it's month end, right? Today is July 25th, and we have got, I don't know how many days, 7 days left in the month. It's officially month end. So on July 25th, all auto ships run. Now there might be some declines that we'll go through and whatever, but Basically, the volume you have right now is the volume that you're going to have if you or your team do not enroll anybody else, right? So right now it's crunch time. It is crunch time like no one's business. If you are wanting to promote to Ruby or anything at all, it is still possible. It's absolutely possible, but you have got to do some follow-ups. Okay, so one thing I recommend is, creating a like a story or a post or something. Like, don't steal or take anybody else's, you guys. People know when you're being real and authentic. So when you're sending a message out, just quickly say, something like this. Hey girl, I am starting a 90-day detox challenge. I know you've been interested in this. I have one spot left. I'd love to get your order in. Create that urgency right here, right now. No matter who it is, no matter how many times you followed up with them, no matter when you followed up with them, reach out to them. And even if it's somebody who wanted, like the wraps or something, maybe something that wasn't the greens or whatever, still send like everybody that message, because you're letting them know of other products that you have. You're planting yet another seed. And, that's just how it works, right? We got to plant seeds and we got to water them constantly, consistently. Again, share before and afters. So like your month end messages, you need to be doing them like all the time. Like tomorrow's Friday. So you guys should be using what I'm teaching you tomorrow and just say, hey girl, look at this before and after. How incredible is this? Let's get your order in. I'm placing some right now. Hey girl, I'm starting a 90-day detox challenge with our greens. This is what they do. I know you wanted to lose 10 pounds. What do you think? Do you want to get your order in? Think of something super, super simple. You guys, you don't have to go into eSuite and like copy and paste the entire description of the greens. You can just simply say, I'm starting a detox challenge. The greens have 58 superfoods, 34 fruits and vegetables to give us all those nutrients we need to lose weight. It'll give you energy, curb that metabolism. Are you ready to get started? It will help you lose those 5 pounds that you want to lose before Cancun. Yeah. Absolutely. Chloe, oh my gosh, that's such a good point. If you have your own personal results, which I know a lot of you do, and even if they're skincare or they're not even drastic at all, if it's just a 2-day cleanse and you lost 2 pounds, you should be promoting that and personally messaging that like freaking crazy. Let's see. Now, my favorite part is when, like, for the business, when you're following up with people about the business, a lot of people are scared, right? They're skeptical. They don't think that they could do well in this. They don't know if they're going to have the support. They don't know, any of it. They think they're locked into something, whatever it is. But when they start pulling out those objections, that's your cue that you're doing your job, that you're getting to know them, that you're helping them give you those and then you can help them feel more comfortable in that. So if somebody says, I'm just really nervous about this, I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be, you can just say, honestly, girl, I was the same exact way. You won't know unless you try. There's no quotas, there's no contracts. You don't even have to order anything every month if you don't want to. I'm going to be here for you every step of the way. If somebody says, I just really don't have the money, I'm afraid to, spend more money on this. How do I know I'm going to make it back? You say, it's totally up to you if you make your money back. And if you just listen to me and take my advice and we work together, you're absolutely going to make that money back. And instead of keep going in this circle of, living paycheck to paycheck, this could be the one chance you have to help your family pay off that debt that you want to pay off. Just be confident and get to know them and use that in your follow-ups. Yeah, Becca, she had some crazy, amazing results in like 18 days or 3 weeks. She lost like 18 pounds. Amazing. And she got them corporate approved. So she was posting them and yeah, it was awesome. And so if you're brand new and you haven't had your results yet, just start that and take people on that journey with you. If you're just now starting and you're opening up that keto coffee for the first time, put it on your story and say, first time I'm drinking this skinny mocha. I cannot wait to see my results, or I cannot wait to see how I feel after this. I'm excited to get that bloat gone. I'm excited to have more energy. things like that. Does anyone have any questions? So make sure that you are staying organized in a way that is best for you, whether that is on your phone or, a planner, paper, pencil, whatever it is. Make sure that you are doing that. And so if you are talking to somebody, first of all, get a follow-up date. Go into it getting a follow-up date. If they don't give you one, if they're like, I'm just not sure when, okay, cool. I'm going to follow up with you next Friday, and we're going to kind of see where your head is at. Okay, awesome. And then on Facebook Messenger, you guys, you can actually set a reminder, and then it reminds them as well that you're about to follow up with them. And so use that feature on Facebook Messenger to follow up with them. On Instagram, just say, okay, I'm going to follow up with you on this date. Go to your calendar, put them in, and you better follow up with them on that date. They're expecting it, and you're doing your job, and it's one more water to that seed that will really help you. Let's see. I think that's all I've got for following up. Now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free. But I have one of our newest rubies on here. I see you, Sydney. She is from Canada, right? She's on Julia's team, and she just promoted to Ruby a couple months ago. So she's newer, you guys, but she is awesome at following up. Obviously, you guys know that if people are promoting, they've got to be doing following up, right? And so you heard me, you heard my advice. I'm going to throw it over to Sydney right now, and she's going to share some of her little tips that she does for following up and how she's been able to stay consistent in that. So I just unmuted you. Nope. Yeah, there you go. Hi.
So I'm Sydney. I'm from Canada, like she said.
Well, first, can you tell us, your story, how long you've been in the business, and kind of why you decided to join and all that?
So I joined the first week of March or so, and I was watching Julia. I don't even remember how long, but we went to high school together. I didn't talk to her at all in high school. I just had her on Instagram. And I watched her, and I thought that'd be super, super cool to join. I do eyelash extensions, my own business, and I thought that I could maybe tie that in together with my clients. I didn't really know how much that I'd make. I didn't know that I could make as much as I could until I joined. That I was like, wow, this is really, really cool. I probably want to do this. I got like my first 4 little customers right in my first month. But not towards the end of the month. It took me a bit. At first, I wasn't like as good as I am now with signing, but I got into it, and it's been easier now that I've been more consistent, but I haven't missed a day on posting and stuff like that. I joined while I was in college, but I was not planning on like pursuing the career path that I was in. I was in protection, security, and investigation. So like working at the border with like shift work and everything. I definitely did not want to do that because I was used to making my own schedule with lashes. So I didn't really know what I was going to do when I was in college. So this was like perfect timing because I was done college in April and I joined in March. So that was good. I just took everything that Julia told me. I did the task lists every day that she would post in her own group chat. And it took off maybe like in April or so, and I went on like a big kick where I would do like maybe 1 to 2 little customers a day for like a month straight or so. And for following up, I've always done the folders on Instagram where you can do your, I have one for people that said they want to order, people that are just interested in the products but haven't said if they want to order yet. People I've talked to about distributors, new followers so that I can interact with them and everything. At first I didn't have like a set date on how I would follow up with people. I didn't say it would just be on Fridays. I would just kind of do it when I felt like doing it, and I would go back in those folders and message people and say like, hey, would you like to get started still? Are you still interested? Blah, blah, blah. But now I have it with me, this notebook. I maybe just started this in the last month or so. I just have each page is you probably can't see this at all, but each page is a day of the month. So like today, Thursday, July 25th, and I have a bunch of people to follow up with, and every day I just wake up, message these people, and if I want to message them in a week again, I put them in for a week from now. So every single day I always have so many people to follow up with. As you can see, it's like full to the bottom. But before this, I was using the Connect app a lot too, because you can just create your own contacts. So I would just put I do everything from Instagram. I don't do it all on Facebook. I've done it all on Instagram. So I just put at and whatever their username is, the date that they said they'd get paid or something and they wanted to order. And then I just message them then, because then you get on your phone, you think, why not just do it right now while I get the notification? And yeah, that's been good. And now with the follow-ups, I kind of do everyone differently. I might just put someone in a week, or if they haven't been answering for a while, if I just keep saying every single week, hey girl, blah, 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 I might wait 2 weeks or something, so I'm not bothering them too much. But like you said, you do it each week, so maybe I should start doing that. But or if someone says, hey, I get paid on this Friday, the 20th or something, I'll put them down for that date so that I'm for sure messaging them. That's really all I do to stay organized. I just bring this book literally with me everywhere I go throughout the day so that I always can write someone down or something. Or if I'm out and don't have the book with me, I might just put it in my phone to write down later or something. But that's really all I do for keeping track of my follow-ups.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So on Instagram, you're talking about the collections, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to explain to them how you do that?
Yeah, so you can just go on recent photo or whatever, and there's the little a bookmark kind of thing. You just click it, and then you can pick different collections. You can name them all different things, like little customer, distributor. I have a bunch of them. I can look at what they're actually called and how many I have.
Yeah, I actually have one too on Instagram. Well, I have a couple, but for potential distributors, and I have months. So I label it July PDTs. So then I will go to that collection. I'll interact again a little bit more, and I'll send them that message. So I love that.
I have one for retail customers, one for people that I've sent samples to if they just bought samples, so I can follow up and see how they liked it. Follow-up products, distributors that I've enrolled, so I can always see their profiles. Follow-up distributors, new followers, loyal customers, so I can always just see them all if I want to message them and see how they're doing and stuff to keep track of them, because once you have so many, it's hard to remember all their names and everything. I have one literally called serious potential distributors, so that I know that they're serious, and then potential loyal customers that said they would order.
That's awesome. So you are really good at that organization, you guys. So, congratulations on Ruby, and congratulations on doing your follow-ups. I know how scary it can be to send out those messages.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. You guys, Sydney was so nervous to do this, but she's so sweet and she's just killing it. I don't know if you guys see her on the task list. She's just doing amazing. So I wanted to shout her out for that and let her share some of her tips that, she went Ruby in, was it 2 months? 2-3 months? Oh wait, you're muted.
So
what's that?
Maybe 3 or so.
Yeah, 3 months she went Ruby, you guys. That's amazing, and so good job, girl. Thank you for sharing. But that on Instagram is an awesome way to stay organized if you're all on your phone. Also for Facebook, you guys, if you go to a post, click the 3 little dots on the right hand side and you can save that post to a collection now as well on Facebook. And you can put that loyal customers, potential distributors, it's all in one place on Facebook or on Instagram, so that you can, when you're doing your follow-up Fridays, you just go to those 2 collections and just work on those people, either by interacting a little bit more or sending another message, sending the initial message or sending a follow-up message over and over again, right? And I like to do them on Instagram by month, so that way I know how long we've been talking. I know how long I've been interacting with them, and so I can send that message or, any of that stuff. But yeah, that's awesome. Does anyone have any questions? I don't see any. Let's see. Liz, you better call them. Calling you out right now. Let's see. I think it took Brittany forever to get me to sign. I think it started with me hosting a post. Then she started offering me the business, and she kept following up with me weekly. She understood when I said I was skeptical on signing up, but I took the chance and signed up. That's awesome. So it started with a hosted post, but then she offered the business, and she followed up with her consistently. I mean, most of you guys signed up from a follow-up, right? Am I right or am I right? Most of you. What is the best way to message on Instagram? Well, what do you mean? So the people you don't want to message on Instagram are people that aren't following you, that haven't really seen or interacted with you. You haven't seen or interacted with them. That would be considered like a cold message, like that you don't even know them. You don't want to be doing that. The people you want to message are those that are following you. Maybe they were viewing your story. Maybe they like to post. Maybe you've been interacting with them a few times. You've had, interaction back and forth, and you can send them a message. And the best way is just to reach out. Hey girl, I know I've been following you for a while. I'm not sure if you'd be interested in this, but have you ever thought about making some money using social media? Or, hey girl, I see your love on my keto coffee post. It's helped me lose 40 pounds. I'd really love to help you get started on this. Is it something you're wanting to try? You made your first sale on Instagram the other day. Oh my gosh. That's exciting. That's really exciting. No, really, it is. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah. So whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you guys, you have to follow up. You got to let them know you're there. You let them know that you care about them and their goals. Just do the follow up. The worst thing that they're going to say is no. And you guys, we've all heard no, right? We all hear no's. It's okay. And honestly, a no most of the time means not right now. So if you are just consistently interacting with those people that say no, they're still watching you, you're still interacting back and forth, guaranteed when they see your consistency, when they start seeing your progress, or maybe you posted a before and after that looks a lot like them, you shared a story that from somebody else that relates to them, you shared a part of your journey on why you started this or what the coffee or the greens or the cleanse helped you, that's when they're going to be like, okay, I'm in, let's do this. So that's why it's important to send out that initial message, planting that seed. That's why it's important to continue to follow up with people over and over again, because they are interested still. It's just not their time. And as long as the only way that you're being mean is when you're being mean, right? So when you say, if somebody says, hey, I don't have the money right now, and you're like, well, I saw you buy Starbucks yesterday. Like, you can't say that. No, as long as you're, being genuine and be like, okay, I totally understand. Is it all right if I follow up with you in a week or two? Following up, but posting too, you guys, you never know when somebody's scrolling on social media and they're like, okay, that's my reminder. That's the 7th time I've seen that now. I'm going to message her, or the next time she messages me, I'm ready. A lot of people don't message you, and you got to do the messaging. But if you continue to do your job by following up, by messaging, by posting, interacting with them, letting them know you're still there, they're going to appreciate that and they're going to sign up. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Anything at all? I want to, tomorrow when I post the task list, it's follow-up Friday, so it's going to be a lot of following up. I want to see what you are using, what you learned tonight, whether it be, getting better at your organizing, whether that means starting your collections or writing down your potential distributors or loyal customers on a piece of paper. I want to know what messages you're sending. I want to know what little giveaway or challenge the message that you decided to send to your potentials. I want to know what before and after you sent to them. Hey girl, look at this. You're going to love these too. Let's get you started. I want to know what you're using. So tomorrow on that task list, you guys, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So you can write as many notes. You can, do as many trainings, listen to as many as you want to. But if you are not taking action and using the things that you learn and putting them into place, then you will never learn, you will never grow, and you will never be successful. It's okay to say the wrong thing sometimes, to follow up too much, to say the wrong thing when you're following up, to, not follow up for a month or so. It's okay, but start right now. Fail forward, say the wrong thing a few times, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn how to follow up, right? You guys, if I scrolled all the way back years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and I showed you my follow-up messages and my initial messages, you guys would probably lose your crap because they were bad. But I learned by doing it, by putting it into action and failing forward. And that is what it's about. You can be scared all you want, but if you're in this business to be successful, to make some money, to help other people, then guess what, you guys, you got to do the work. As much as you don't want to, as much as you don't feel like it, as much as you don't want to be a bother, you got to do the work. You're not bothering them as long as you know that this can and will help them, whether that's physically or financially. You are going to do amazing. I promise you. So that's all I got for tonight. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I have this recorded. I will put it on the team page with some scripts of mine. But I want to know when I post this, I want to know what your aha moment was, what you're learning, and what you're going to implement tomorrow. Because do you guys know that every month or every season is different? And so if you're feeling like you're not enrolling as much as you want to enroll, you're feeling like your team is kind of falling off, or that you're the only one working, guess what? The people who gave up, who aren't consistent right now during these harder months, if you're having a hard month, you may not be, but if you are, the people who give up during these hard months in 6 months, they're going to regret it. But you're going to continue to work. You're going to continue to follow up and do the things that you're supposed to do. And in 6 months, you're going to be like, thank you, Jesus. I did the work that I wanted to, because now I am triple diamond, making $10,000 a month, because for the last 6 months, I have been following up every single day. And even when my team quits on me, I'm still showing up and I'm doing the work because my family needs it. I want it, and I want this. So, Lindsay, woo! All right, guys, let's take a picture real quick. And so if you guys could show me your faces, that would be great. I know they're beautiful. I know they are. There's Kayla. Oh, hey, Karina. Okay, ready? If you guys want to be in this picture. All right. There's Becca. Oh, hey, Kara. Okay. All right. Give me your best smile. All right. You guys are awesome. We will talk to you later. Bye, guys.